we took several forms of action as police. As soon as we got that information, we arrested Clive, and after arresting him, he was detained in our police cells. He was subjected to disciplinary action. He appeared both on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday of last week. They had not given me the formal, because I'm supposed to be given a formal brief on the court outcomes, but I am sure he has gone through that process and he has been given a chance to be listened to. The police will also give me a brief on the appropriate action which was taken out of court. Today, what I am quite sure of, because I had a briefing that he's appearing, either he has already entered the court or he's about to enter the court, but he's appearing to face criminal charges brought against him and that will be at the KCCA court. So by close of business today, he will have appeared before court to serve or to answer to the criminal charges. And I'll also be giving you the outcomes of the disciplinary proceedings. So what I wanted to give you was that brief, that what he did, I gave you, I think I shared in some media outlets, condemned it. We could not go without saying something about it. It was totally against our disciplinary code, and the best we would do is to make sure that he faces both disciplinary charges as well as criminal charges. So the rest we shall leave the processes to take due course. Thank you. Pardon? Yeah, that's why I want to give a brief on the basis of a formal briefing also to me. On my table as the PRO, I do not have any formal statement as to the outcomes of the court. The court have not given me anything. I arrived from Marara yesterday, the morning, so I have come direct to give you a brief here. Yes. Is that all? Njagala kubawa updates kubikwatagana n'omusirikale waffe omwalaba mu Katambi eyali alabwanga akuba omukyala mu dduuka erimu erya Shell. ASP Clive Nsima yayita mu kagulika kooti ya poliisi ku Lwokubiri ne Friday. Naye sentensi ye mbadde sinaba kufuna briefing kuva mu kooti ezamuyisaamu, naye bwe banampa briefing nja kugibaleetera nga bannamawulire n'Abannayuganda kibategeeze. Kyemanyiiko is that today nga ebya disciplinary obitadde ebbali, bagenda muteeka mu kagulika kooti mu Luzungu ze tuyita criminal court, kubanga aweremba n'emisango gya poliisi ng'omupoliisi, naye ate waliwo n'emisango gy'aweremba nagyo ng'Omunnayuganda eyatuusa obulabe, oba we baakyuzinga nti yatuusa obulabe ku muntu omulala. Era wenjogerera leero bwe lunaagenda okuzibira ng'amaze okuyita mu kooti ya KCCA. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Ndowooza tudde just mu bibuuzo ebyomalirize. can begin with you.
Thank you, Madam Judge, everyone. Last week when we were here, you mentioned of the arrangement of presidential candidates on the issue of having the national organizing committees work with the police and then even other activities. How has been the week and how are you coordinating them?
Okay. Yes. You're getting it. Oh, Carnival. Okay. Look, the deputy spokesperson of Kampala Metropolitan is around. So look, I guess you will give a brief about it. Sure. Yes. 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 Well, okay.
Mine is in regards to the murder of the gentleman, the businessman, the guy who owned the car dealer in Kinisa, happened around the 21st Sunday. I'd love to know how did the police, can you explain how you used the IDMS, the system, to help support your investigation, and also how would you say that technology has changed the way police handles criminal cases?
I think let's have you lastly.
Yes, on Monday, just talking about the progress of the investigation regarding the senior police officer in Masaka who was attending the person.
Who is that? Oh,
That's a
okay. Okay, is that all? That's all. Let's have it. That we could even begin from behind. Let's begin with you. The officer of Masaka, who is accused of having involved herself in politics. The moment they give me an update on how far they have gone, I'll bring it. At the moment, I don't have it. And I think it was a very impromptu question. I need to first call, get feedback. So at the moment, my apologies, I do not have any information. Then look from Chimp Reports is asking about the linkage or how ITMS could have been of use in the investigations. in relation to the murder of the late Mutinisa, the car dealer. First and foremost is, of course, me as a police officer, I don't find it very healthy to discuss the details of the extent to which a certain technological input has helped in an investigation, because you will be unpacking how it works and give people an advantage on how to beat it. So it is usually not professional. Even if there was to be any person to volunteer that information, you will be making a mistake. There are certain investigative details which are supposed to be kept limited to spreading out to the general public. Okay? But even besides, for me to know, I would need to first read the file to know what exactly were the techniques used in apprehending the suspects. So those are details of an investigation. But at least, I guess you're on the same page with me that the suspects were apprehended, which is very, very crucial. Yes. Our colleague here has asked about the death of Agnes and the details. I will ask Luke to give an update about that. Then this other issue of which was raised by you still about Honorable Sise Namuju, although when you are narrating, you again bring out something different, because you're saying she incites violence. Then she says that she will make sure that the NRM reclaims. Now, the whole idea about crime, let me give just a general statement. The most important thing about crime, if an offense, you have identified an offense, what you do, let there be somebody to complain. Let a complaint be raised against the person. Then we shall start from there as police. Because I do not have details of what exactly was done. And also when you were explaining, what I only think she said that NRM will have by all means to reclaim that constituency. What you do, let people complain against her and let the investigations take the normal course of action. There are specific offenses reflected in our statute books and how a procedure can be initiated. Yeah. Our courts of law are open and they can receive anybody who has a complaint. Somebody here has talked about is giving us information that the girl changed her statement. By the girl, he means the lady who was assaulted in that matter which involves ASP line. I am not aware, but you are. But I can only guide as a police officer that if she changed her statement, I guess it could be maybe in the courts of law. I don't know where exactly, because there are two courts. There's the disciplinary, there is the criminal court. Either way, even if she changed it from the criminal court, police does not have powers to determine the course of or the fate of that case in the criminal courts, because what we charge the officer, we get the statements of the complainants, the complainant and her witnesses. We also extract a statement from the suspect, and we compile a file, take it to the DPP. The DPP comes up with an appropriate charge on the basis of the evidence on file. What comes after is purely outside the ability of police to give direction. But what we promised and what we have done, even when we got a lot of naysayers, we promised that the officer shall account for what he did. We also promised that the victim will get justice. If she chooses to give a fresh and different course of justice, it is within her ambit, and we do not have power to change it. If the victim wakes up one day and says, I've forgiven Clive, I doubt police can do much more than what it is doing. Yeah. Then when we go to the issue of the politicians, who are, I think he meant the presidential candidates, and that students are undergoing examination, but some playgrounds of schools have been earmarked for campaigns. That's why we told you that it is very crucial for a given candidate to meet with a number of stakeholders. When you are going to use a playground, you will realize that the school which has powers over that playground plays a crucial role in either giving it to you or not, depending on the assessment of to what extent you will interfere with the school program. 2, police and other agencies. So what I remember saying here earlier is that one thing we would love to see, and I think what is still giving us that silver lining of peace today, is the candidates and their organizing committees getting in touch with all stakeholders, security inclusive, so that they map out the programs of the candidates. When a candidate is going to campaign, let's say 3 weeks from now, he may not have very clear predictions on what will happen at a given location when that time comes. But towards the campaign period, it's a matter of just meeting with these stakeholders. And we also expect the stakeholders to really give the candidate an audience and attention and even assistance. They know the terrain better. If you are going to be in Koboko, you will find that the RDC in that area, the area DPC, the town clerk, if it is a school, those people know the terrain better than you. But you also have agents in that district, we presume. Once all those heads meet, they can always iron out. Don't forget, sometimes they even have disagreements, but those disagreements are healthy as long as they finally come out with a solution. So it answers your fears. If a school will be engaged in an examination, you certainly cannot put a political rally in their playfield. I guess even a candidate would tell that it is not possible before even it's told. Yeah. Let's go to the issue of the carnival. Still, Luke will come over. My brother asked about the presidential candidates. We have entered another week. Although I've answered part of your concern, but I still give credit to week 2. We have so far gone so well. I said it here and I repeat. We shall be having challenging moments, shouting matches. You see people on top of their voices. For us in security, we understand. We have been at it before. Even those politicians are not new in this game. They know how tense political activities are. They are very tense. Sometimes people almost reach the brink of losing their temperament and going very uncivil. But even our own officers sometimes are challenged. But Where you are not, we are doing a lot of talking to them. We analyze the nature of actions they take. We do post-policing reviews and re-talk. So we are doing the talking, and talking with the hope that we shall move this entire election cycle in peace, because it is in the best interest of everybody. We want to come out when people are saying you did your job and you tried as much as possible to be as professional, just as we expect the candidates to do the same. Even if you have to win and people say you really won out of through a very clean and peaceful process. So it is our expectation, and I guess it's the expectation of the politicians and the expectations of the electorate. So I guess I answer you. There were fake news which would come in. The other day they said the Honorable Munyagwa, the candidate, had been arrested. I refuted it because it was not true. But we shall keep engaging. Thank you very much. Kati ku bintu bye mu raisinze nga bannamawulire wano, eyo issue ya officer wa Masaka omukyala yalabikira mu Katambi, si nga bwenziza wano leero sifunye briefing yonna ku wa investigations ezakoma, era sisobola kwogera kyesitalina. So eyo kyensobola okwogera. Then ku issue waliwo munnamawulire omulala abuuziza nti eno technology eya ITMIS yayamba etya okukwata omwami oyo abatta gundi abatta omwami bayita Mutinisa. Mutinisa yali running a business y'okutunda amamotoka. Kyembadde njagala ogamba nze kiri nti nyinza obutawa details. Eyo technology ekwatagana n'ebyokulondoola oba ye chips ze bateeka mu motoka, number plates, kikyo at least mukimanyi, naye sinza genda mu buwanvu bwe bagikozesa na bagikozesa batya. Then n'ekirala sitera kuwagira ng'omupoliisi okuvaayo n'ototola buli kimu nga investigation bw'eba ekoleddwa, oba onafuya obukodyo bw'aba investigators engeri gye bakolamu emirimu gyabwe okukwasisa amateeka n'okulondoola ababbi oba n'abazigu be tuba tulina. So nduga ojja kunsonyiwamu kwabo. Then ekikwatagana waliwo abuuziza ku kikwatagana n'ono omuwala bwe bayita Agnes bwe basse banyaganisa entwakyo Ndugulu ajja kyogerako. Waliwo era munafe abuuziza nti lwaki Honorable Cissy Namuju agenda inciting violence eyo gyali, era nti alabikireko ne mu butambi obumu. Tujja kusaba bwe bawalina amulinako okwemulugunya amuwaabire emisango gigende mu maaso, kubanga kati nganze nga bwe ntudde wano siina n'obutambi bweoyogeraku sinakulaba mba neetaaga nembulabako, naye ate shortcut esinga bwe waliwo alina obuzibu naye please kooti za Uganda ekirungi nzigule, n'engeri gye tukwasaamu amateeka agakwatagana n'ebyokulonda nawo gyegali. Then waliwo agambye nti omuwala alabikira mu Katambi ng'akubibwa MP omusirikale wa police live nti balina amawulire nti yakyenjiza statement. Wasalawo okucyenjinga statement kiba kiri gyali as long as nga tebamukase. Ekizibu kwe kuwulira nti bamukase, kijja awo kiba kibi nnyo. Ekirala, poliisi omulimu gwayo mu kino ekya Clive ayina just responsibilities bbiri. Esooka kumutwala nemuyisa mu mateeka gaayo era nga bwemba briefings. Ekyokubiri kumakinga sure nti fayiro ye bagiprocesinga eya criminal ne bagitwala mu kooti. Era mbawadde brief nti leero bwe bunaazibira Clive ajja kuba ayiseeko mu kooti, and particularly kooti ya KCC. Then waliwo agambye nti ba politicians tuwulira baagala kukozesa ebisaawe by'omupiira oba ebisaawe by'okuzanyiramu eby'amasomero, naye ate ebibuuzo nabyo bigenda mu maaso. Awo ne mbagamba nti kyova olaba twabagamba nti ekifo kyonna ekigenda okukozesebwa kiba kyetaaga nga ttiimu organizingira politician oyo ne ttiimu zaffe eza security n'abalala bonna abalina stakes mu kuorganizinga engeri elections gye zitambulamu mu districts omwo baba beetaaga okukwataganira wamu. Era bwe bakwataganira wamu tetufuna buzibu bwonna, era kye tusaba kiri kimu kye baba bakola. Tusuubira nti naawe politician nomala omanya nti abaana mu class muli bali kukola exams, sikiwa tuyinza okuleeta ebidongo n'otandika okuba campaign. Era ne bw'okikola kiyinza okutalabika bulungi eri abantu b'oba oyogereramu. Era tusuubira nti ekyo tekijja kubaawo. Kanivo Naguru kajja kukyogerako. Then issue ya Ndugu gyaleese wano eya ba presidential candidates, tutambudde tuli mu wiiki endala nti kitambudde kitya. Nze sofa message yange eri nti sofa tutambudde bulungi. Okusoomozebwa okwo kwonna kwe mulaba mukukkirize, kubanga ffenna wano twali mwana muto tulabye elections mu maaso eyo. Sofa tukyagezaako okutambula bulungi, ate tujja kutambulira ddala bulungi as long as nga security, ba politicians n'abantu abalonzi bagondera amateeka. Wajja kubaawo okusoomozebwa omu babiri, ojja kusanga ono alimenya etteeka lino naliri, naye tujja kugezaako nnyo okulaba nti buli muntu tumutambuliza mateeka. Naffe kye tulyogezako okukola nga poliisi, buli elections bwe ziggwa tugezaako kuanalyzinga nga bwe ziba zitambudde, ne tuanalyzinga ba officers baffe engeri gye baba bakwaseemu enkuŋŋaana ezo. Bwe tulaba errors tutera okudda emabega ne twogera nabo, era okwogera okwo Yesu weewaawo tetubategeeza, naye kungi kugenda mu maaso emabega mwe gye mutali. We tuba tetukoze bulungi nnyo mujja tusonyiwamu, kubanga naffe tuli bantu, naye kye twagala kwe kulaba nti kano akalulu tukayitamu nga tekaliimu kukosebwa ku sayidi yonna. Tetwagala tuwulire nti ate omupoliisi bamukubye, ate babakubye amayinja, ate poliisi yasudde teargas. Tugezeeko ffenna okulaba nti twefuga, naye nga ekintu kiri kimu, kulaba nti tusigazaawo enjogerezeganya, kubanga si nti buli kimu ky'oba otambuza naffe kye tuba twagala, naye at least if we maintain conversations tujja kutambuza. Then ndooza kyekyo, munzikirize njite Luke ajje tambuze ebitako. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale.
Morning. We had 2 activities running last week. All aware we had the Uganda Manufacturers Association exhibition that started on the 2nd, and I can confirm that it ended peacefully yesterday, the 12th. We did not register any incidents that are really major in nature. Of course, some arrests were made. We did register some people who are reporting pickpocketers within the premises. We made a few arrests. Some within that week were taken to court, others were released because of lack of evidence. And I'd like to say we did not register any life-threatening incident, whether a fire, accidents, loss of children. We did not register all that. Because as you're aware, this activity also engages schools, and usually we do register cases where children get lost, but this time around, we didn't have such incidents. So it went on peacefully. Then over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, we had the KCCA festival. I want to also confirm that we did not register any major incidents. Well, I think since it's the first of its kind after a long time, we did not have a lot of people engaging in it. So we did have issues of overcrowding, and the activity was generally peaceful. The roads were cut off. The routes where the parade was moving towards was also very safe, and at the different stages where activities were held, there was no major incident. So we made a few arrests, but really they're just security arrests on suspicion of committing crimes and all of that. So the activity was also safe, and was managed to end very well. There are two incidents we are investigating. One is of a student. On the 10th, or rather on the 9th of October, at Chikumbi Zone Match in the Savagabo, in Makiso, we found a body of by then it was unidentified female. She was found lying between two homes. This matter was reported to us by the LC, one chairperson. Our team of detectives from Cape Police went towards the scene and found the victim, a female juvenile. Now, she had a lot of scratches. There is suspicion that she was sexually abused before the fact, and later on strangled. An investigation was done. It is something that caused panic within the area, and I want to confirm that we have managed to identify the victim as Namata Faith, a 17-year-old student of Machitevi Secondary School. And in the investigations we did, we managed to arrest two suspects. One is Kakande. One is Kakande Jeremiah. The information we have is that he's the boyfriend to the deceased, and Kato Muhammad, who is also a border rider. So we are trying to piece up all this information, understand what exactly happened, who exactly is behind this heinous act of murder, and we shall dig into details on the suspects were arrested yesterday, and they are currently detained at Cape Police. Then also the incident where you asked a family of a lady. This incident, we received the first information on Thursday last week from a nearby hospital, that is TMR. The team there informed the police at Chira Division that they had received a body. I think people who are first responders rushed to the victim, who was later on identified as Aggie. Many people call her Aggie. Amomba, but she's Agnes. Rushed her to the nearby hospital, which is TMR. The incident is believed to have happened at Oryx Naria. As you get off the roundabout of Naria, rather the roundabout of Tinda, Naria, as you climb up, there is an oryx on the left. It is alleged that while she was on a motorcycle with her known motorcycle rider, this is the rider who has been taking her from work and taking her back home. They were attacked by two motorcycles. Now, the two motorcycles, one trying to distract the other rider in front, and another had a passenger who tried to pull her bag. It is believed that these riders came following them, and when they reached an area, we all know that area has quite some jam, some traffic jam. They seized the opportunity to try to pull the bag. Now, the fact that the bag had money and phones, according to eyewitnesses, whom we managed to get statements from, state that there was resistance and a lot of force was used by the riders. The other riders who are the thugs, she unfortunately, with her rider, fell off the motorcycle. But the bag was not taken. She kept on holding on to it. Now these thugs sped off and ran away. Now, first responders rushed her to a nearby hospital, which is TMR. But according to the doctors, they say that she had already succumbed to the injuries sustained. Now, the police was informed. We sent a team of investigators at the scene very early in the morning. Recorded statements. Well, the incident happened in the evening. Recorded statements, and right now, what we are doing is to trace her movements from where she works from in Tinda and where the incident took place. We believe she was trailed because she had money with her. So we shall be giving you more details, but right now, different security agencies are working together with the police to see that the perpetrators of this crime are arrested wherever they are. The body was conveyed to City Mortuary Mulambo, and I believe you're all aware that we managed to get a postmortem and an investigation is ongoing. We shall give you more details as soon as there is news of the arrest of the suspects who are behind this. One of the things that I can say is that we are going to put permanent deployment at that stretch because it usually causes a lot of jam with the schools around and a lot of routes that go off. We have realized that there has been a spike in crime along that stretch of Naria, where phones are grabbed from vehicles, and now the new twist of border riders picking from passengers who are also on border as well. So there's going to be a permanent deployment of officers along that stretch to help ease up and reduce the crime that has been seen popping up recently. Uganda.